I see a political misunderstanding that may lead to serious crisis. Pray against this, as it shall disrupt the normal functioning of this nation's affairs. Let the Malgache population side with its government and give no heed to people trying to stir a rebellion against the state. The nations of Africa anticipate military takeovers, what is known in French as coup d'etat. I see such happening.
Madagascar's military says it is in control of the country after the president was impeached while in hiding. He fled the country when a powerful military unit joined anti-government protests.
In the capital Antananarivo on Friday, October 17th, Army Colonel Michael Randrianarina took the oath of office at the High Constitutional Court, just days after a dramatic military takeover. Madagascar, a country known for its breathtaking biodiversity and turbulent politics, has once again found itself at a crossroads. This video will break down how a wave of youth-led protests and a military defection culminated in Colonel Michael Randrianarina being sworn in as Madagascar's new president, and what this means for the nation's fragile democracy. This comes after weeks of mass protests over severe power and water shortages that turned deadly. According to the United Nations, at least 22 people were killed and over 100 others injured in the unrest. Tensions escalated when the CAPSAT military unit, commanded by Randrianarina, refused orders to fire on protesters on October 11th. That moment shifted the course of the uprising. Just days later, the parliament impeached Rajoelina for desertion of duty after he fled the capital amid the crisis. Media reports say Rajoelina was evacuated aboard a French military plane to the island of Reunion before traveling on to Dubai. His office later confirmed he fled fearing for his life. At the swearing-in ceremony, Randrianarina appeared in civilian attire, not his military uniform. A deliberate gesture aimed at signaling that the new government will not be a military dictatorship. He promised to hold democratic elections within 18 to 24 months, and said talks were already underway to appoint a consensus prime minister. However, Rajoelina's supporters have called the court's endorsement of Randrianarina procedurally illegal, warning that it risks destabilizing the former French colony even further. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on Thursday, October 16th, condemned the unconstitutional change of government in Madagascar and calls for the return to constitutional order and the rule of law.
An elite military unit known as CAPSAT declared it had taken over the country.
We had to take the responsibility because there is no president anymore, and this became a dying country. We had to take that responsibility because we are citizens, and we had a duty to do that as citizens and as somebody who loves his homeland.
2 years ago, Colonel Randrianarina was charged with inciting a mutiny and briefly imprisoned before returning to his post. In 2009, the same military unit helped bring Rajoel to power, but this time it's turned against him.